Hello and welcome back to Thornton Farm, where today we got a bit of explaining to do there and there. Today we're continuing on with the work over the church at the local cathedral. The police have authorized me to do some reasonably wonky driving here just to turn the tractor around. Now, that chipper, the reason that the one we're planning on using is over at the path, and the reason we got a Jens is because while I was working, and I did do a bit of work off camera, while I was working, Jens' representative actually approached me and said, "Hey, do you want a loan of, our chipper? Run it on demo for a while and see what you think of it, because I'm, much and all as I do like the little chipper and it works for contracting work, I do also have a license to do some woodworking over in the forest here in Thornton. So what I'm kind of thinking is if I can get that Jens wood chipper. Now, it is a bit beyond my means at the moment, but if I can get it, that's going to be really nice. That's going to be really nice to use indeed. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now is I'm bringing a load of wood chips over to the industrial estate. Everything's running nicely at the moment, so we don't actually need to dump this into anything. We're going to be dumping it into a shed and just storing the wood chips for now. So we need to take this turn off here, I believe. And I don't quite know why there's nobody out driving today. Must be, just avoiding the snow, I guess. Scared of black ice. I would be too. It's fair enough. That's fair enough on them. There's somebody out in a hot air balloon. That'd be awesome to do today. That'd be awesome on a day like today where everything's, everything's white and you can see the roads. Well, not perfectly clearly, but reasonably clearly. That'd be something awesome to do. But we are nearing our destination here. I can show you guys where I'm storing the wood. Wish I could understand Russian, because I'm sure that means something, but I don't know what. I think it's Russian, it might be Polish. But we are very nearly there. Let's just get this up and in. We'll see how everything's running up here. That's producing. That's working nicely. That's working nicely. That's very nearly built. That is very close to needing to be unloaded. And oh, that does need unloading. So we are going to have to jump into the Manitou in a second. I've completely knacked up this attempt at lining up. Somehow I've knacked it up to the point where it's basically impossible. Let's see if I can actually... This is going to be a bit risky, but let's go into the shed here, avoid the Manitou. In fact, you know what? I can just kind of drive through the shed and use the Manitou to push the grain around. So let's watch surveillance footage of this. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I can go back down and we can get stuck on the Manitou. Right. We do need to get into this thing anyway, so let's get this moved. Just... This does have quick attach mechanisms on it, so it's going to be quite nice to just swap the equipment around. That can come off. And we don't even need to get out and get cold. And it's got a heater. This is going to be fun to try and unload. I might as well unload the cardboard box as well, I feel, because that does help if I approach this from the correct side. I mean, that's nearly full anyway. It's at 1750. I think those go up to 1800. So let's get that unloaded first. Nope. Let's see if I can't. Am I too high? I'm too high. Haha. There we go. That counter will reset in a few minutes. Just put this into storage. And we'll pick up the pallet. No, we'll actually bring the pallets over to the cardboard factory. So I can go in there. And this, I wonder, can I pick this up at any height? I wonder. I mean, it is pallets on a pallet. Seems legit. Let's get this over to cardboard production. Like that. Wonderful. That's all we need the pallet fork for. You can hear this is a quite noisy place. There's a lot of noise going on here. So if I just park that there for now, I do have space to get out. This is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze potentially for the little IMT, but we should be able to do it. Nope, not giving myself enough room. I'm beginning to wonder if there is enough room to take this turn. I happen to think there is. Come on. Come on, little IMT. You can do this. I don't mind losing a bit of paint off the trailer here. There we go. We'll just stop that here. Move the Manitou in. This is even a tight squeeze for the Manitou, so kind of impressed that the little IMT got through. That door actually leads nowhere. It's, for some reason, it's in the building. It just leads nowhere. If I go out that door, it's just snow and a hedge line. I'm thinking of getting some construction work done here in the near future, though, and to expand the concrete area, because we do actually own the field next door. So let's get this in here. We're getting very close to possibly what this can actually hold in terms of wood chips. Swap out to this few. Can just fill it with as many wood chips as we can, which may not be many, as it turns out. Oh boy. I'm so glad this thing has four-wheel steer, because it would be a pain otherwise. And the reason we have rights to the forest, by the way, is to get logs into these machines. The old owner didn't tell me this. I'm gonna blame him for this, but we actually do we actually work this ourselves as well, which is why I'm over here. We don't actually have any yard people over here, which is kind of annoying, I think. I'm gonna just bring this down to the end of the shed and spin it around. There we go. Let's grab the rest of this. Should be all of it. Nope, there's still a bit on the ground. Don't drop any on the ground, Dave. Come on. Come on, little wood chips. You want to get into there, don't you? You're going to be good little wood chips. There we go, that's the bucket full. We may have to start using the other bays of this for more wood chips. I'm going to have a look into getting some sort of storage unit for these. That's not, you know, a shed. Because if I can replace this shed with something smaller, that'd be great. But I think the next thing I do want to do properly is get some. What am I sticking on? Oh, want to get some construction work going in the field next door. And I think now, or around now, is the perfect time to do it. Let's turn that off. Because while the ground is going to be wet, it is a reasonably good time. I just want to come over here and check. We could, and I think I might throw some wood chips into the composter, but I do want to move that. I want to... Yeah, we're open around here. I actually want to get the composter over into the next field, so there's a bit of room for these two. I can take them apart, move them over there. I also want to get a couple of other things in here. I want to, if I can, start up a fruit business. But that by necessity requires that I have greenhouses, which I've nowhere to put them right now. You know, I can use the bees, make use of them to pollinate the greenhouses. But right now, there's nowhere to put them. There's nowhere for me to build the greenhouses, and I want that field, I'd like it freed up for just the greenhouses. So I think in the coming days, I want to get the bales out of these fields, get them sold off, and figure out how much money we actually have to work with, because I will take out a loan if needs be. I did get a valuation, or an estimate, on just putting concrete down in that area. It's not too much. I mean, it is... it's a bit more expensive than I would have liked, but it's not too much. It's about 100,000, including all of the construction work, because they got all the raw, you know, they got all the actual heavy equipment, the expensive stuff. They've got that all there already. It's just a case of the construction and all the raw materials to rebuild stuff is going to cost about 100 grand. So with our current income, our current bank balance is like 20 grand. I'm gonna need to get stuff sold at some point. And realistically, one of the best things I can do is maybe start selling wood chips, because I mean, I do have wood chips. It's just a case of bringing them over to the biomass heating plant in the area, or even building my own at the yard somewhere. That's not completely out of the equation. That's not Yeah, that is an option I have available. Right now, it's really a case of getting that churchyard done. So, yeah, I really don't know. I don't know how we're gonna get the money together, because I really do want the, I swear that car's moving backwards ever so slowly. Every time I pass. It's probably just an illusion, though. I mean, what I could do is I could sell a couple of the grass fields. I mean, I do have the silage bales to sell. So, we'll see how we're doing money-wise, and if we're somewhere close, I can, that'll do. And we do need to run over and find some logs to work on. I think everything I cut last time has actually been chipped by now. Which, there's one or two bits like, oh no, that's... I'm pretty sure everything I have cut has been chipped. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the rest of the yard for now and actually work on clearing a path in here. Because, I mean, this is part of the church grounds. They do want to expand the graveyard a bit. So this isn't actually the worst thing to do in the world. So let's grab this log here, like maybe... It'll let me, like... this. Yes, I can split it down the bottom later. So now I can split this kind of here-ish. And split that kind of there-ish. I don't particularly need to move these too far because I'm planning. And I have got permission from the council who are selling the land. It used to be commonage leased to another farmer. They want to sell it to make a bit of extra cash. Which, you know, I can applaud them for that. What on earth is happening here? So if we can... Well, we have talked the council into letting us have access to that field, just the grass beside it, so that we can get through. And I just need to move this over by the hedge here. Get through and get our vehicles in. Which means the police roadblock can go away. That's kind of a priority of sorts right now, because the police, I've been told, have been causing some trouble in the pub. Yeah. Also, the council did want these couple of branches gone anyway, so... Because they do want to put a new hedge in this gap eventually. I've convinced them to hold off for a while. I don't know how long I'll be able to convince them to do that, but... You know, they are holding off for now at least. On the grounds, you know, it's... For maintenance of the church, which I guess I'm now doing, it's probably the easiest way to get equipment in. If something needs to be done urgently, I can do it. So let's grab this. And I do want everything over the other side of the wall. Or over the other side of this hedge. Over this side, so I can just load it into the chipper. And I'm allowed to use this chipper for as long as the churchyard needs doing, which is nice. Of course, it being winter, this is pretty much all the work available to me right now. There's no mowing work. Wonderful. There's no mowing work, there's no yard work as such to do. It's pretty much just clean the churchyard out of it and make wood chips and make sure that the industrial estate is running as well as it can, I guess. I mean, I'm new to it, so it's going to run as well as it can. Might not be up to 100% for a little while, but getting maximum production out of that is not my #1 concern right now. Let's cut this tree. Nice good angle on it. And there we go. Let's see. That should do. I'm hoping it doesn't fall into the pub because they won't be happy. Don't fall into the pub. I'm gonna have to move all this just so it doesn't fall into the pub for sure. There we go. Oh my god. On earth? This is the wonkiest tray I ever did see. Let's cut this bit off. And just clear it up a bit. Because we can just add this to the pile straight away. You, over there. And yes, we're making a new pile because it is the easiest way of making sure all our wood does get chipped. And it's all in one place and it's easy to deal with. You know, it's not the most exciting or amazing thing in the world, but stuff that does need to get done. Especially if it means there's... Why not... There we go. A bit of a trouble getting hold of that one. Yeah, it's not the best job in the world, just cutting wood for a while. But it's a job that needs doing, and if we can... Because we've been told we don't need to take... And we don't need to rush this, so... if I can, at the very least, this week, clean this area out, I can probably sit back for a little while and just wait for the silage bales to be 100%... Well, wait until I'm 100% happy the silage bales have in fact fermented. Because that's going to be the next big stopping point for doing any work, is are the silage bales 100% fermented? Pretty sure they're not yet. So I'm kind of waiting on that right now. I'm also chopping this wood up a bit differently to usual, just to try and get it to fall back into the yard here. Also, this is going to be... That's going to be fun to throw into the chipper, isn't it? You can go over there. Come on. You're coming with me. Get out of the pub. You're not Sergey, you're Tree. I know you like Sergey Tree, but... Well, you maybe don't. He keeps doing nasty things to you. And, oop. Then again, I guess it's not as nasty as me cutting it down, so... I would guess the tree would prefer Sergey over me. Right now. Seeing as it's kind of, you know, dead and in pieces. And being thrown into a pile of its brothers. I'm not a very nice person, am I? Let's get that chopped up. Lovely, 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 lovely. And, oh good lord. What kind of way was this tree growing? It's got the most gnarly, ridiculous limbs I have seen in quite a while. You can sit down there, sir. You can be cleared off some more. I need to figure a way to get... Oh, if I just chop this in half. It should, in theory, pretty much stay where it is. Yeah, more or less. Didn't fall into the pub. Mission accomplished. Pub doesn't have trees. There we go. Especially not the pub playground. And I think I even minimized the number of... Yeah, not even a trace of a tree in here. I've done well. Let's get this tree down next. The more space I can clear out for this equipment, the better, because it's going to be a lot easier. For me. That hasn't fallen into the pub. Let's get this down next. This will fall over to my left, which is perfect. You've fallen kind of backwards because I forgot about the limbs. Let's see. Get rid of that. Come on, get rid of it. There we go, little twiglets. I think the best way to cut this is here, because I don't want to be putting too much through the chipper at once. It is only a demo. If I owned it, I might be a bit more aggressive and, you know, have a crane loading it and just shove as much material through as possible in one go. But right now, it's just a case of make a pile and put it all in one by one, by hand. Because I don't want to run a bill up with that. You know, I don't want to have the ends dude coming back to me next week and saying, hey dude, we're gonna need paid for that wood chipper you completely destroyed with, you know, because you decided to try and chip an entire tree at once. That's not something that's gonna happen. Best thing I can do is just chop it up nice and small like this. Like most of that wood is. And I think we might even be able to start loading this into the chipper just to clear an extra bit of space. Now, absolute best thing I could do is perhaps bring the chipper in and park it with the front kind of here-ish so that I can create a pile behind. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's just clear this tree off to see what we're working with here. These are some funky limbs. Okay, so first thing I need to do is I want to get rid of this limb here, because that's kind of mostly straight. So let's just cut that there. It's short enough to justify just loading it into the wood chipper as is, so add that to the pile. Let's just drag this out a bit. Drag you out. Okay, you're stuck in the next tree over. Oh, I see where you're stuck. Can I, like, just push you at all? Come on. Come on. Let's get you out of the tree. Out of the tree. Okay, now how's it stuck? Oh, it's completely jammed now. So, I guess I'm just going to be cheeky and... Can I reach? I can reach. This is fantastic. And, whoop. Well, it's fallen, which is the main thing. I don't... Where'd it go? Is it still... Oh, it's still in the tree. But I can get it out now and just give it a bit of quick cleanup. There we go. And you can go into the pile as... Oi, you get into the pile. Fantastic, as they say in Germany. You can also get cut there. And you can also... don't play silly buggers. Go into the pile like that. Now for the rest of this tree, let's see what I'm working with. You can chop there. Am I happy with that? Yes. And you can chop kind of here-ish, because that looks pretty dense wood there. Yeah. I'm about as happy as I can be with this. So... what time is it? Ah. I've got time to continue. However, the GoPro is shouting at me. You guys can't hear it. There's literally, I've got a little earpiece for the GoPro, so I'm kind of hearing my own voice as I'm talking to you right now. The GoPro is shouting at me, telling me that it's got low battery. I'm gonna have to go get an achievement. I did not expect that to happen. This shows how much I do forestry. I'm gonna have to go and get a new battery into the GoPro. But I'll be back next time, and we'll hopefully start loading the new pile into the chipper. Because, quite frankly, that's all gotta go. And we are making kind of, I wouldn't say good inroads, because we did have to, you know, distract ourselves by going over to the industrial estate and make sure that was all running fine, but we're definitely making an inroads into this area here, and there is definitely space for the chipper to come in now. So I'll move it in before I turn the GoPro back on for the next video. Not entirely 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. Whether I, you know, stop it here with the belt facing out this way so I can just roll the trailer underneath. Because we do have full access to as much of this field as we need, which I could take up all of it for all, like, you know, if I wanted to. I'm going to try and take up as little as I can. But I will leave you by saying, I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Thornton Farm. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.